Okay, so it's kind of interesting. I have a couple of weeks ago, I released a video on YouTube that featured imagery of people skating, of clouds of mist in the night, people passing by, and yes, indeed, some imagery of a man's back getting flogged. I even dared include some of his buttocks. Now, as most of you probably know, um, meditative flogging is my thing. I propagate meditative flogging. I do this for a reason. The reason being that I think it is a great tool. Meditative flogging is not, well, let me tell you what it is, in case you don't know. It is using whips and floggers and canes to gently and sometimes not so gently hit the body of a partner and to help them reach a trance-like state so that they don't need psychedelics or go fast for a couple of weeks. It's sort of like a using the body as a musical instrument and as a portal to another realm, because as we all know, there are way more dimensions than just this human realm. We are just stuck in our reality, but that is not all of reality. And it is my belief that we can, we have the capacity to see what else is out there. But we need to find new skills, and one of these skills would be meditative flogging. Now, interestingly, more or less interestingly, flogging is closely associated with BDSM on the one hand, so sadomasochism, and on the other hand with, well, maybe that's not the other hand, probably that's just the same hand, shady sexual practices, and crime and punishment on the one hand. On the other hand, one hand BDSM, sex, other hand crime and punishment. So it's a bit controversial, except I don't use it that way and I don't propagate using it that way. I have some time ago I released an online course so that I can teach people how to use this magnificent tool that we have, the whips and floggers who've been in existence for quite a few centuries, and our own bodies, use that as a means of finding well-being. Now, the video I released featured people feeling good and someone getting flogged, and in that video I answered the main question: is flogging a BDSM thing? Is it a sex thing? And the answer, of course, was, well, no. You can use it for sex, to enhance your sexual practices, and that is fine. But then you can use anything to enhance your sexual practices, can't you? But for YouTube, already that was way too controversial. My video got flagged. It was tagged 18 and over, and so of course no one ever sees it anymore. It was interesting and annoying because the hypocrisy, of course, is stunning. You can't find any type of violence on YouTube, and you can find any type of porn on the internet, and so actual information about a practice that can help people feel, really good, rediscover their humanity, rediscover the magnificence of your own body, and not by doing something. I've wondered um, if people would ask me, they haven't yet, but you know they might. If they would ask me, well, would you do this with your mother? What I would answer, and quite frankly, without hesitation, I would answer yes, I would. And in fact, I think she might really like that, because I think everyone might like that. The interesting thing about this wonderful practice is that it can be very healing. I've met quite a few people in my private practice. People come to me to experience this type of flogging, and I've had quite a few cases of women in particular who come from a violent background. There's a father who it's usually a father, but I've also known a mother, a parent. So in other words, that hits the child and really takes out all the frustrations on the child, and to a child that is extremely traumatic. I mean, it's traumatic for an adult, but being a child, being violently abused by your caretaker, that is incredibly traumatic. And so people come to me to have a different kind of experience, to in a sense, regain, how shall I say this, to regain autonomy by giving up their body in a loving environment, and experience that love and violence are not actually mutually exclusive, that they can surrender and release the fear that they have. And it's a beautiful experience. And of course, people come to my private practice, and they're looking for a more mystical experience, and the beauty of meditative flogging is that people can find that too, and do find that too. So it's a great practice. I've said this before, it's like a physical prayer. But to YouTube, you can't talk about it, but you can't show anything. And that is just so annoying, and I just had to share that with you. So I hope you will go and visit the website, alema.org. Watch at the other videos that are no more controversial, in my opinion, than this particular video was. And educate yourself, and then see if meditative, why am I struggling with this word, meditative flogging, isn't for you. Because I think it's for all of us. And I've said this before, the world is not in great shape because society isn't in great shape. We need to change, and change begins at the home. We have to begin to change as people. We have to regard each other in a different way. We have to become more loving. That is really what it is, and that is what meditative flogging is about. So that's the end of this rant. I find there'll be a less agitated video next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.